Everybody knows that we've been looking at a coronavirus watch list, and I'm going to put that in here. We've been looking at a coronavirus watch list has made a lot of people a lot of money, especially due to COVID-19. We've created a watch list that we were showing back in early February before the pandemic actually hit. And man, here's another story. As COVID-19 starts to ramp up again, here's a stock. Twist Bio expands offering of synthetic coronavirus controls. They added 4 new synthetic SARS-CoV-2 controls to its offering that included new variants of the coronavirus. It launched its first 2 controls in March, and controls are used in the development and validation of diagnostic tests. So this stock made the news. What I'm going to do is go back to my watch list. All right, let's go back to my watch list. Let's bring up Twist. Here it is. Now, I'm going to give my insight, and then I'm going to also bring Clay in from a different perspective. I can see clearly that the price of Twist is trading at $36.78, which is way above its value. For those of you who may be new, value is what we feel a stock is currently worth, and our mantra is to have you in safe, undervalued stocks that are rising in price. Now, because the stock is trading above its value doesn't make it a bad stock. It just means that people are willing to pay a premium to own the stock, and if enough people are willing to pay that premium, the stock's price is going to go up. Our indicators like RV, RS, RT, VST, and CI are all our core proprietary indicators, all cast on a scale between 0 and 2. When the indicator is above 1, it's favorable. When it's below 1, it's unfavorable. Relative value looks at a stock's long-term price appreciation potential. Relative safety is an indicator of risk, and it looks at the consistency and predictability of a company's financial performance. RT is an indicator that looks to tell me if the stock is in an uptrend or not, because it looks at the short-term price trend of the stock. And VST is the combination of RV, RS, RT, wrapped into one master indicator of which we use to rank our stocks. And CI is an indicator called Comfort Index, which looks at the stock's ability to withstand long or lengthy price declines. Now, my take on this, as Twist Bio, the fundamentals are not there, but the stock is moving up. This is a stock that would be more of a trade. So that's my take on it. Clayton DeBerte, Pepe DeBerte, I'm going to have you chime in on this from a different perspective.
You know, Glenn, I agree 100% with you, though. You know, I've looked at a lot of stocks in VectorVest, and I see things such as RV at 0.32, relative safety at 0.74. And like you said, the RT, yes, is 1.45. So the fundamentals aren't there in this company, but for some reason it's going up. And what's the reason it's going up right now? Like you mentioned in the news article, you know, we're talking about coronavirus. It's almost like anytime you have good news about coronavirus, especially if it's a drug company or somebody trying to come out with a vaccine or moving to the forefront of that drug race or so on and so forth, it's almost like everybody wants to jump in because they have the fear of missing out. You know, they don't want to miss out on the opportunity for a company that could essentially have that breakthrough. So it's really hard to see, or even for myself, consider investing in a company that's got an RV at 0.32. And, you know, you look at VST, and we can see that VST is above 1 right now because RT is so high. So the uptick in RT is what's bringing the VST up. But if we just go over a little bit more without even graphing this stock, if we go over to EPS, you know, this company doesn't make money. They have negative earnings, negative $2.95 per share. So, you know, that's another thing that you could even look at too. Why buy a stock unless you're making a trade, like you say? Why get into a company that's unprofitable, that's losing money on an annual basis?
Excellent. And I like the idea of many of the people that are in this room may not be seasoned traders. But, you know, when we look at the analyzation of a stock within the VectorVest software, it's going to make it easy for everybody who's in VV Nation, whether you're brand new to the market or whether you are a seasoned investor, this kind of analysis brings to the forefront what's best for you. So I am looking at it strictly as a trade. Clayton is saying that maybe if you're a little bit more new to the market, this may be a stock that you might want to stay away from because fundamentally it's not sound. All right, fundamentally it's not sound. So thank you for that. We're going to keep on going. What I am going to do as I look at Twist, I am going to go look at what we do every week, our coronavirus watch list. I'm going to scroll up. We do have a coronavirus watch list. And currently in that watch list that we've created, I think we've got 42 stocks. There we go. Twist is one of them. But the best way, I think, for anybody as we go through the coronavirus pandemic hold scenario, there are stocks in this watch list that you can take advantage of. And as you build your watch list, go click on percent price change. Every day you can do this and stay on top of which stocks are making money. Someone asked me what's my trading philosophy or strategy on mRNA. This is a stock that I've been touting since all of this popped off. It's one of my favorite stocks. I think that this is going to be one of the companies that's going to come up with a vaccine, one of the first companies that are going to do it. And I'm going to tell you, use stops on the stock. On all of these stocks, because there are more trades, make sure you have good stops on them. Tighten the stops because they could be up one day and the next day they may not be. So these are more trade related stocks, but this coronavirus watch list, folks, can provide an excellent opportunity for you guys to make money and to do so on a day over day basis. What do you think, Clayton?
No, absolutely. And one of the most important things you said that I noticed was use stops. And I know a lot of new traders, when they're getting into the market, they don't know that stops or, take profits or stop losses are even available to them. So, you could get in a trade like Moderna without a stop. And then if something bad happens, or any stock for that matter, but if something bad happens and you have nothing to limit your downside risk, it's dangerous. And I know a lot of that happens to a lot of new investors and they get burnt right off the bat.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Now, if you're new to the software or would like refresher information about the software, click on this Getting Started video right here. Thanks to all of your input, here's a YouTube video that we think would be perfect for you. Click right here. If nothing else, folks, just hit the subscribe button right here.